this video, we are going to see about static latches and registers. A latch is an essential component in the construction of an edge-triggered register. It is level-sensitive circuit that passes the input to the output. We always referred as the input as D and the output as Q. When the clock signal is high, the input is transmitted to the output. This latch is said to be in transparent mode. When the clock is low, the input data sampled on the falling edge of the clock is held stable at the output for the entire phase, and the latch is in hold mode. A latch operating under the above condition is a positive latch. Similarly, a negative latch passes the D input to the Q, which is output, when the clock signal is low. Now we see about the bistability principle. Static memories use positive feedback to create a bistable circuit. Bistable circuit is a circuit having two stables state that represent 0 and 1. The figure shows a basic circuit with two inverters connected in cascade. The voltage transfer characteristics of the first inverter, that is VO1 versus VI1, and the second inverter are plotted in the next figure. The latter plot is rotated to highlight the VI2 is equal to VO1. Assume that the output of the second inverter VO2 is connected to the input of the first VI1 as shown in the figure, which is shown next slide. The resulting circuit has only three possible operating points, which is A, B and C. A small deviation from this bias point, possibly caused by noise, is amplified and regenerated around the circuit loop. This is due to the gain around the loop being larger than 1. A small deviation is applied to VI1 biased in C. This deviation is amplified by the gain of the inverter. The enlarged deviation is applied to the second inverter and amplified once more. The bias point moves away from C until one of the operating point A or B is reached. In absence of any triggering, the circuit remains in a single stage and hence remembers a value. A trigger pulse must be applied to change the state of the circuit. Another common name of the bistable circuit is flip-flop. Next one is SR flip-flop, which is also known as set-reset flip-flop. The cascaded inverter pair shown in the previous selection allows storing of a binary variable in a stable way. Yet, an extra circuitry must be added to enable control of the memory status. The simplest form to realize this is the well-known SR or set-reset flip-flop, which is shown in the figure. The second input of the NOR gate is connected to the trigger input S. That makes it possible to force the output Q and Q bar to the given state. These outputs are complementary except for the SR11 state. When both S and R are 0, the flip-flop is in quiescent state and both outputs retain their value. If a positive pulse is applied to the input S, the output is forced into the state 1. One pulse on R reset the flip-flop and the Q output goes to 0. The characteristic table is the truth table of the gate and lists the output state as functions of all possible input conditions. When both S and R are high, both Q and Q bar are forced to 0. Since this does not correspond with our constraint and Q and Q must be complementary, this input mode is not allowed. An additional problem with this condition is that when the input trigger return to their 0 level, the resulting state of the latch is unpredictable and depends on whatever input is last to go low. The SR flip-flop discussed so far are asynchronous and do not require a clock signal. Most systems operate in a synchronous fashion with transition events referenced to a clock. One possible realization of a clocked SR flip-flop, a level-sensitive positive latch, which is shown in the next figure. Next one is clocked SR flip-flop. The combination of the transistor M4, M7 and M8 forms the ratioed inverter. In order to make the latch switch, we must succeed in bringing Q below the switching threshold of the inverter M1 to M2. Once this is achieved, the positive feedback causes the flip-flop to invert states. The present flip-flop does not consume any static power. This flip-flop does not consume any static power, as we all know. In steady state, one inverter is in high state while the other one is low. No static path between VDD and ground and can exist except during switching. Next one is multiplexer based latches. One of the most common technique for constructing latches involves the use of transmission gate multiplexer. Multiplexer based latches provides functionality similar to that of the SR latch. It also has an important added advantage that the sizing of the device only affects performance and is not critical to the functionality. Here there are two multiplexer based latches. One is negative latch, and in the negative latch the Q is given to the 1 input. In the positive latch the Q output is given to the 0 input. Okay, based on the clock, the multiplexer which is also known as data selector chooses either D, which is given to the 0 input, or either the passed output, which is Q, given to the 1 input in the negative latch, and which is vice versa for the positive latch. When the clock is low, the input 0 of the multiplexer is selected and the D input is passed to the output. Then the latch is in transparent mode. When the clock signal is high, the input 1 of the multiplexer which connects to the output of the latch is selected. The feedback holds the output stable while the clock signal is high. Similarly, in the positive latch, the D flip-flop is selected when the clock is high and the output is held when clock is low. When clock is high, the bottom transmit here a transistor level implementation of positive latch building using transmission gate. In this latch, when clock is high, the bottom transmission gate is on and the latch is transparent mode. The D input is copied to the Q. During this phase, the feedback loop is open since the top transmission gate is off. Next one is master slave based edge trigger register. The register consists of cascading negative latch as master stage with a positive latch as a slave stage. Here we use a multiplexer based latch, but any latch can be used to realize the master and slave stages. When clock signal is low, the master is transparent and the D input is passed to the master stage output QM. During this period, the slave stage is in the hold mode, keeping its previous value using feedback. When clock is high, the master slave stops sampling the input and the slave stage starts sampling. Simply we can say the master slave is in hold mode and the slave stage is in transparent mode. The slave stages samples the output of the master stage QM, which is get from the previous clock, while the master stage remains in a hold mode. Since QM is constant during the high phase of the clock, the Q makes only one transition per cycle. The value of Q is the value of D right before the rising edge of the clock, achieving a positive edge trigger effect. For negative edge trigger register, we can use the master and slave in the vice versa manner. Here we can use the negative latch as master and positive latch as slave. For negative edge trigger register, we can use the positive latch as master stage and the negative latch as the slave stage. Next one is low voltage static latches. The scaling of supply voltage is critically for low power operation. Unfortunately, certain latch structures don't function at reduced supply voltages. When the register are constantly accessed, the leakage energy is typically insignificant compared to the switching power. For example, without the latch scaling of device threshold, NMOS only pass transistor does not scale well with supply voltage due to inherent threshold drop. At very low power supply voltage, the input to the inverter cannot be raised above the switching threshold, resulting in current evaluation. Low power operation can be achieved by scaling of supply voltage Unfortunately, certain latch structures don't function at reduced supply voltage. Okay, one approach for this involves the use of multi-threshold devices. Only the negative latch is shown in the figure. The shaded inverters and the transmission gate are implemented in low threshold devices. The low threshold inverters are gated using high threshold devices to eliminate leakages. During normal mode of the operation, the sleep devices are turned on. When the clock is low, the D input is sampled and propagates to the output. When the clock is high, the latch is in hold mode. The feedback transmission gate conducts the cross-coupled feedback is enabled. Note that there is an extra inverter needed for storage of state when the latch is in the sleep rate. Thank you.